Influencers like to make people and themselves feel, think, and believe that they're above the law, like they're gods or something. We probably played a big part of allowing them to think of themselves in that way, just like when celebrities. Do you think that influencers, their job being literally staying at home and film videos and or content for the social media platforms, basically work from home, that's their job, that's what they're supposed to do, that they will be the best at following the rules and guidelines for this pandemic? But once again, were proved wrong. Some are even allegedly testing positive for COVID. They're partying, traveling non-essential, and I want to talk about that because I'm angry. I'm so pissed. My birthday is in a few days and I'm not celebrating it because of the virus. I want to travel, but I'm not doing it because of the virus and because I'm broke. But we're not talking about that. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophia and I don't really know what my channel is about. I like to make reviews for shows, but I also like to talk about influencers, kind of like drama channels, I guess. So if you enjoy that, consider to subscribe and also follow me on my social media, because why wouldn't you do that? And now let's get into this video. I'm gonna try not to make this a rant because I tend to get angry and I'm angry at this, but I'm trying to calm myself and be like, hey, just breathe and just relax. I also want to give credit to Deaf Noodles on Twitter. They are constantly talking about situations with influencers, and there's a thread about influencers being irresponsible and like partying, and just I'm gonna leave that in the description box. And I got a lot of this information from their Twitters, so go and make sure to check them out. Like I mentioned before, influencers like to think that they're above the law, and they like to do whatever they want, and because most of the time they get away with it. And when they don't, when we ask them to apologize and we try to hold them accountable, somehow they still get away with the shit. So they know that they can do anything and just post a apology afterwards, and people are gonna be like, okay, well, they apologize, we don't accept their apology, but they apologize and they just move on with their lives. And I feel like that happens really often. I feel like sometimes they do things like, people are gonna call me out, people are gonna talk about me for a few days, so I'm just gonna do it and then post an apology. These apologies are not really genuine at all, and they're just planned for them so they can get away with whatever they're doing. A lot of these influencers, recently, I think it was last week or something, they went to Larry's birthday party. Larry is, I'm pretty sure, a TikToker, and his birthday just passed and he wanted to celebrate it, so he had a party. Problem is, we're in the middle of a pandemic and you can't just have a big house party. I don't know how many people were in that party, but judging from the pictures, there were at least 30 people in that house. So I don't know what the guidelines are in the States. I don't live in the United States, I live in Spain, so obviously guidelines are different, and well, even the virus situation is different. A lot of people went to the party, very big influencers like James Charles, Nikita Dragon, Dixie and Charlie D'Amelio, Tana, just a bunch of people went to that party. A lot of big influencers went to that party, and it's a really big problem, by the way. Nikita claims that every single person who went to the party got tested for COVID and was negative. Everyone tested negative. Excuse me? Did anyone actually believe when she said that? And she really just came out and had the audacity to say, yeah, we all tested negative. So you all got tested just for going to a party. Just don't go to a party. If you want to have a gathering for your birthday, because I understand it's your birthday and you want to still be able to celebrate it, have a small gathering with just your besties, you know, your few good, actual good friends, people that you actually care about and care about you. And that's it. Believe me, your birthday is gonna be a million times better than just a giant party of people that you probably don't even like. Talking about Nikita. Nikita is one of those influencers that I really literally can't stand. She's just like Tana and Trisha. I just can't stand them. They're just so annoying. Their voice, their vibe, their everything is just something that pisses me off so much. And like I mentioned previously, she said that, oh, they all got tested negative for the COVID. She is the one that has been partying non-stop. She is also the one, allegedly, who has been throwing the parties. She threw the race party, and recently she threw another party with the Hype House, where the Hype House got in trouble, and they claimed that she was the only outsider, but you still shouldn't be partying. So Tana and Erica Costa, you probably know who Tana is. Erica, in case you don't know, she is Jake Paul's ex, just like Tana. They went out partying a few days ago, or maybe last week. I don't know if it was, I think it might have been the same La Race party. They filmed an Instagram story for Tana's Instagram saying, listen, we don't care.
Listen, we don't fucking care. Sorry.
And obviously everyone assumed that they were talking about the pandemic, and everybody took it that way, because that's what I would take it. You know, you're partying, you're not following the guidelines. And let me just mention that LA currently is the epicenter of the virus in the States. It has just passed New York from cases. Like, they are the ones who have the most cases. Guess how many of these influencers live in LA? Are we even surprised? You know, they just don't care. They think that they're above everything, that the law doesn't apply to them, that the guidelines doesn't apply to them. They think by just posting a picture wearing a mask, it's enough. And besides people partying, there's also been a few influencers who are also traveling non-essentially. One of them is Arlen Monren. If you don't know who she is, she's one of those YouTubers from like 2013, 2014, oversaturated videos like Nick and Gabby and My Life is Eva, you know, that style of videos, lifestyle. She's Canadian, but she lives in LA, or like both places. So she has been traveling non-stop back and forth between LA and Canada. Her family lives in Canada, so she is visiting her family. She's not self-quarantining each time she travels, and she just recently traveled to Greece. And I'm pretty sure she's not gonna self-quarantine when she goes back to the States or Canada, wherever she's going. And it's a really big problem. I hope she's, you know, wearing a mask or anything, you know. I hope she's following the rules in Greece at least. But the thing is, it's so frustrating, because why are you traveling to Greece? Non-essential traveling is not allowed. Only people that have to travel for work, or people here in the EU, we're allowed to travel like to other EU countries. I mean, we're allowed to go to the UK, I believe. To other European countries, we're allowed to do that, and non-essentially we're allowed. But in Europe, the situation with the COVID is completely different than the situation it is back in United States. So someone from the United States, or well, you know, someone that is traveling between Canada and United States going to Greece is a big problem, because even if it's allowed, it's still a big problem, because United States is doing whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't understand what the fuck they're doing. They don't give a shit about anyone. They're just being selfish. You know, they protect their guns way more than they protect their health and their elderly. I don't know what the hell is going on back there, but they just don't care, and they're traveling to a country, Greece, where they are, you know, finally doing well with the virus, and, you know, opening their borders, because Greece, one of their main economic resources is tourism. So they're opening again, because in Europe things are finally doing good. But someone from United States that it's in LA, that is constantly in contact, because she's not self-quarantining or anything, she's just not giving a shit, and traveling to Greece. It's just so frustrating. But let's just move on to the apologies, because I'm just I need to relax. To kind of put the situation with Adeline Monrin aside, she did address the situation on Instagram stories. She explained that she tested negative, and she basically said, well, I got tested, so I can travel whatever I want. Basically, that's what she said. And I don't think I need to give my opinion about her apology, because you can clearly say that I'm not happy with her. I used to really like her, actually. I really liked her vibes, or like girls supporting girls, and just positive everywhere. Everything, she broke up with her boyfriend. She's been someone completely different. Anyway, I think most of these apologies are just a straight up manipulation. And I'll explain why. So first one is James Charles. He apologized. And he actually addressed it, because he said, oh yeah, I'm gonna exclude all the footage from the party because of this. And I personally don't think that's a genuine apology. Whatever my feelings are towards James Charles, I just don't think that was genuine. I feel like the party, you know, he was invited to a party and he wanted to go, but he knew that he was gonna get backlash. He knew people were gonna talk about it, so he decided to just, hey, I'm gonna go to a party and I'll apologize afterwards, and that's it. And I feel like that's what a lot of people did. You know, let's just apologize afterwards, and that's it. Yeah, that was stupid for me. Like, you didn't need people to call you out to know that that was irresponsible and stupid for you to go to a party in the middle of a pandemic. You don't need people to tell you that. We don't need to hold you accountable for that. You need to know that you shouldn't have gone, and that it was stupid for you to go. You should have known that before people calling you out, and you shouldn't have gone to the party. How bestie are you in Larray? I don't know their friendship. I don't know who Larray is, but I'm pretty sure you're not that very good friends. I can say at least 90% sure that you're not that good of a friend. So if you don't go to his party, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna get mad at you. But you know, a party is way more important than just staying home and combat the virus, but whatever. Larray posted on his Instagram stories that he was self-quarantining. I hope he actually is. That could have just been a way to just tell people, oh yeah, I'm self-quarantining, but I'm actually not. I hope he is actually doing it. But why did he even throw the party in the first place? If it's true that Nikita was the one who threw him a party, he could have easily said no, but he didn't, so he's still at fault, even if Nikita was the one who actually threw the party. We're not gonna talk about Nikita, because Nikita doesn't fucking apologize ever. She thinks that she's just... Can we just cancel her? She's so fucking annoying. And both Tana and Erica apologized for the situation. Eric explained that that video was not about the pandemic. All I have to say is that you should have known in the first place that you shouldn't have said that out in the open. Like, listen, we don't care. You should have known that people were gonna take that the wrong way. And maybe you should have, you could have easily kind of made the remark, hey, we're talking about our beef, not the pandemic. But also, I think it goes both ways, because you're in a party, so you don't care about the pandemic as well. Tana posted on Instagram stories saying, you know, I feel like everything she said in that Instagram story was just what everybody says about her. She's like, oh, everybody says that that I victimize myself, so I'm just gonna mention that in the Instagram story. Everybody says that I need to hold myself accountable, so that's what I'm gonna mention. I feel like that's what she did. She's not actually apologizing. All of these people are not apologizing for what they did. They're just apologizing because they got caught, and that's it. It's just kind of like a marketing scheme, I guess. I think the funniest part is that allegedly, according to Elijah Daniel on Twitter, many influencers got COVID. Are we surprised? I can't be surprised. They're partying nonstop. They're not following guidelines. They're not quarantining. They're not wearing masks. And if they are, they're wearing masks wrong. You know, in that party, they were probably not even like washing their hands or anything and touching their eyes constantly. So, are we surprised they got COVID? I don't think we are. People think that COVID doesn't exist because it hasn't affected them personally. Like because maybe they don't know anyone that has gotten COVID. But it's so frustrating. How can people be so selfish? I just don't understand. I don't know anyone personally who has COVID, but that doesn't mean that I'm just not gonna be like, oh yeah, COVID doesn't exist. I don't live with high risk people. I don't live with my grandparents or anything. So, but that doesn't mean that I'm just gonna go outside without a mask. And that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna take all the precautions that I should just because I don't live with a high risk person in my household. There's a pandemic happening and we need to fight against a pandemic, and the vaccine is not going to be here until like what, 2021, 2022. So we need to take all the precautions that we can to fight against it. I really hope that everyone that has gone to Laray's party and any party in general is self-quarantining, but I really highly doubt it. I don't think anyone is self-quarantining. Any of them come out and say, oh, I'm positive for COVID. I'm not gonna feel sad for them. They got COVID because they didn't take the right precautions, and I'm probably gonna laugh at them. Call me heartless, call me whatever you want. I don't feel sorry for them because they're not taking the precautions that they need to have. They're not doing what they should be doing. They're not following the health guidelines, whatever those are in the United States, because that country is fucked up. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the video right here. I hope I didn't get into a rant. I really tried my hardest to not get too angry, but I don't think that really worked. If you enjoyed this video, like it and leave your thoughts down below. Situation, subscribe to my channel and follow me on my socials, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.